On one hand, the deadlift is as simple and straightforward as pick the heavy bar up off the ground and stand up. On the other hand, the deadlift is an intricate series of muscular coordinations involving muscles from your ankles and thighs to your abdomen and lower back to your shoulders, wrists, and hands. Because the deadlift requires so many muscle groups to work together, it gives you the potential to move significant weights. Putting all those moving parts under all that stress is also a great way to build some serious muscle size and strength. Unfortunately, many trainees and coaches shy away from the deadlift due to the fear that training it will hurt the lower back. It is true that you need to be cautious to protect the lower back when deadlifting or lifting anything off the ground. But shunning the deadlift is not the answer. In this video, we will go over each mistake, why it's bad, why it happens, and what you can do about it. Here we go. You start with the bar too far away. The positioning of the bar leads to one of the most common deadlifting mistakes that causes back pain. You start with the barbell too far away from you. Often I hear people say, "Oh, my shins bleed when I deadlift. What am I doing wrong?" I say, nothing. Okay, it's not that you want to get all banged up, but the fact that you're keeping the bar close enough to your shins shows that you're in the right position. If you start with the barbell too far away from you, you're giving yourself a poor line of pull, and that puts more of a strain on your lower back. It can also take away from engaging your hamstrings and glutes, which should be the major players in the lift. So where should the barbell be when you start? Remember this easy clue. Start with the barbell like you're going to cut your feet in half. So it should be right over midfoot. Beginning the lift with the bar closer to you also makes it more efficient. It requires less work to get the bar from point A to point B. As for the bleeding shins, simply wear high socks or sweatpants to protect your legs. Stop wearing the wrong shoes. It's not uncommon to see novices use running shoes or their squat shoes to perform the deadlift as well, simply because they don't know better. Running shoes are generally unstable as they are meant for running, and squat shoes, while they are very sturdy, add inches to your deadlift range of motion, which ultimately will compromise your bar path and total strength. For deadlifts, it's important to choose shoes that provide a hard, flat sole as close to barefoot as possible because it will provide the right support, improve your posture, and protect you from injury. Stop rounding the back. Likely the most common problem during deadlifts is rounding the back, specifically the lower back. Performing deadlifts isn't dangerous for your back. Performing deadlifts incorrectly is dangerous for the back. Just like performing any exercise is dangerous for a key body part involved in that exercise. A rounded back compromises your ability to stabilize the body and transfer force from the lower body to the upper body. Pulling a deadlift with a rounded back will limit strength production and muscle recruitment, making it not only dangerous but less effective. Failing to keep a neutral spine also exposes the vertebral discs to more direct stress, which may directly lead to a disc herniation or slipped disc, which can cause serious pain and require significant recovery time. Begin each repetition with a neutral spine. Maintain body awareness to be conscious of any change in posture during the movement. Pinching the shoulder blades back, puffing the chest, and tense abs are effective cues to hold a strong spinal position. If you find that you have trouble maintaining tense abs, also known as a braced core, you may need to address the issue by A. Practicing bracing your core by deadlifting lighter weights, and B. Directly training your core more often. Stop avoiding lockout. Shortening the range of motion can reduce the effectiveness of many exercises. With the deadlift specifically, that often comes in the top position. Lifters are sometimes quick to get the weight off the ground and rush to return it back down without fully completing the movement. By skipping the lockout position, overall muscle recruitment is drastically reduced. The powerful muscles of the glutes are maximally recruited and fully contracted in the top position. Lockout is also the position which allows the majority of back muscles, lumbar spine, lats, and upper back, to become more highly activated. Avoiding the locked out position also affects the transition between the lifting and lowering phases, making it more difficult to maintain proper form. This can make the descent of the weight less controlled and bring a higher risk of injury. Complete each deadlift repetition in a fully locked out position, standing upright with your shoulders back and legs straight. To double-check your end position, squeeze your glutes tightly. Stop bending the arms. While there are 3 grip options, double overhand, mixed grip, and hook grip, there are, however, some drawbacks, particularly with the mixed grip that may be compromising your deadlift performance. Mixed grip is often chosen as a stronger alternative to the double overhand grip. However, with one arm facing up, another facing down, without adequate upper body mobility, this position may be placing you in a twisted position and lead to muscular imbalances. A better alternative to the mixed grip would be a hook grip. However, it does often take some practice as it likely will be uncomfortable at best. In addition to grip style, grip width is also an important factor to a good deadlift and can be done incorrectly. Grabbing the bar too wide or too narrow will both result in poor lat engagement and a lack of efficiency in muscle activation. For most lifters, you will want your wrists and your shoulder in line with each other when looking from a front view. Sumo lifters will have their hands right on their thighs at Lockout, while conventional lifters should have their hands just outside of their legs. You don't engage your lats. A common mistake is ignoring the important role your upper body plays in executing a strong deadlift. Your lats are responsible for holding your shoulder or scapula in place, and so without proper lat engagement, your shoulders are free to move during the deadlift. Forward shoulder movement on the deadlift is not recommended because it will take the barbell off course and make your lifting less efficient. In addition, a lifter who rolls their shoulder back at the top of a deadlift is one who hasn't set their shoulders in the correct position at the start of the pull. To ensure your lats are fully engaged, try using the deadlift cues protect the pits or flex your armpits to create tightness in the upper body. By mentally preventing someone from seeing or touching your armpits, you inadvertently flex your lats and depress your scapula, placing you in a great position to deadlift. You don't press the floor. The deadlift is normally called a pull or a hip hinge. However, a lot of your strength will come from thinking about pressing into the ground. It's easy to make this mistake because visually it looks like not that much is happening with your legs beyond just levering the weight up. However, applying force directly into the ground under you is the key to getting the bar up. A good way to also picture this is by thinking of the ground as a leg press machine, where you are physically pushing it away and eventually straightening out your legs. Not only will thinking about pressing the floor help you build tension and be stronger, it will also cue your knees to extend at the right time so you aren't scratching up your shins or bumping the bar into your knees on the way up. This list isn't just a list of deadlift mistakes you may be making, but is also a list of mistakes I, and those around me, have made over the years. Unfortunately, sometimes we have to learn by doing things incorrectly, but the important thing is just that we continue to seek answers and ways to improve. The deadlift is an incredibly powerful movement when done correctly, and is worth the time and effort it will take to get it to a place where it is not only strong, but also safe. If you're looking for more content like this, they're all available for you on this channel. You've just got to make sure you've subscribed and turned on notifications so you never miss one.